Do you think this is an AI-generated supercar or a real one? In the previous video, we witnessed how a single arrival in Monaco can make an entire city seem to pause. We saw supercars, elegance, and authority merge into one moment. Today, we go deeper. Today, we watch how Monaco ladies truly make their entrance. Not loudly, but with intention. Do you think they will arrive like this? Or like that? Comment choice if you believe you can predict their style before the door even opens. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what happens next. There is one rare moment in Monaco when the city doesn't rush, doesn't speak, and doesn't compete. It simply watches. That moment begins when a Monaco lady arrives. Not a prince, not a billionaire mogul, not a celebrity commands this pause. It is her presence that quietly redirects the energy of the street. Conversations soften, cafe guests lean forward, phones rise subtly, never obvious. This reaction is not accidental. In Monaco, attention is not demanded, it is granted. These women understand how to occupy space without forcing it. Their posture, timing, and calm confidence create a gravity that feels natural, almost inevitable. For a brief second, the city aligns around a single arrival. What makes this fascinating is the effortlessness. There is no performance, no exaggeration, only control. And once you recognize who truly holds the spotlight in Monaco, the next question becomes impossible to ignore. How do they use that power once the arrival is complete? Do these cars reflect lifestyle more than performance? In Monaco, the most powerful message is rarely spoken. It's delivered in the exact second a supercar touches the curb. An arrival here is not a random stop. It's choreography. The engine settles into a controlled hum. The car glides into the perfect position. Then comes the detail most people miss. A half-second pause before the door opens, as if the city is being given time to notice. For a brief moment, Monaco responds as one. Conversations soften. Heads turn without urgency. Camera phones rise discreetly, never desperate. And when she steps onto the marble streets of Avenue Princess Grace, the impression lands instantly. Not loud, not theatrical, but undeniable. This is the silent language of influence, timing, angle, restraint, and confidence. What makes it uniquely Monaco is how effortless it feels. There's no exaggerated spectacle, no forced attention. The supercar becomes an extension of her presence, and the arrival becomes her first introduction to everyone watching, including the people who matter most. But here's where the story deepens. If the arrival is the performance, then the supercar itself is the costume. And in the next part, you'll see how Monaco ladies curate these machines as signatures of identity. Before the door opens, before a single step touches the pavement, the message is already clear. In Monaco, a supercar is never just transportation. It is a stage. The moment it rolls into view, the environment adjusts around it. Light reflects differently. Movement slows. Attention narrows. The car doesn't arrive into the scene. It reshapes it. For Monaco ladies, the supercar sets the tone long before they appear. Its silhouette, finish, and presence create anticipation. This is why arrivals here feel cinematic without being dramatic. The vehicle frames the moment, allowing the woman stepping out to feel inevitable rather than announced. There is no rush, no performance, only alignment. What outsiders often misunderstand is that these cars are chosen for balance, not shock. The engine doesn't need to scream. The design doesn't need to overwhelm. In Monaco, restraint signals confidence. The supercar becomes a quiet amplifier of presence, reinforcing authority without demanding attention. And once you recognize the car as a stage, another layer becomes visible. Because if the supercar creates the scene, then the choices behind it, color, detail, and personalization, reveal something even more telling about the woman inside. Comment: stage. If you believe the car speaks before she does.
Mamma mia.
In Monaco, you can learn more about a woman in 3 seconds of her arrival than in an hour of conversation. The reason is simple. Her supercar is a signature. Not just the brand, not just the model, but the intention behind every detail. Color, finish, interior, and sound are never accidental. Each choice reflects how she moves through Monaco's world. Look closely, and patterns emerge. A calm, composed presence may arrive in a pearl-white McLaren or a muted blue Aston Martin, elegant and controlled. A more fashion-forward figure might choose a bold accent or a rare finish that signals confidence without excess. Many personalize far beyond the surface. Hand-stitched interiors aligned with their fashion palette, steering wheels embossed with initials, even exhaust tones refined to stand out subtly among the Riviera's symphony of engines. To outsiders, these cars appear as luxury objects. To Monaco's inner circle, they quietly position a woman within an invisible hierarchy. A limited edition Ferrari sends a different message than a satin-wrapped Porsche GT3, even though both are exceptional. The distinction lies in what they communicate. And once you understand how identity is expressed through these machines, the next layer becomes clear. Where these women take their supercars reveals even more than how they arrive. There is a route in Monaco that every supercar fan recognizes instantly, but only a small circle understands what it truly represents. It isn't advertised on any official map. Yet for Monaco ladies, it functions like a golden runway, a moving catwalk where luxury, elegance, and influence meet in perfect timing. It begins on Avenue Princess Grace, one of the most expensive streets on the planet. Morning light bounces off the water near Larvotto Beach, and a polished supercar glides past palm-lined sidewalks and quiet cafes. This is where first impressions are set, where presence enters the day before a single word is exchanged. From there, the road flows toward Casino Square, the heart of Monaco's social rhythm. Here, every arrival becomes a mini-event. Investors, yacht owners, and high-profile figures sit just meters away, observing with calm, analytical interest. Then comes Port Hercule, where yachts rise like floating palaces. When a Monaco lady parks beside a multi-million-dollar vessel, the message is unmistakable. Her life moves between land and sea without effort. But the real power of this road isn't the scenery, it's the purpose. Because what happens after they park reveals a deeper truth, and it changes how you see Monaco entirely. In most luxury capitals, the ultimate symbol of wealth is sitting in the back seat while someone else handles the road. But in Monaco, the ladies rewrite that rule. Here, driving yourself isn't about convenience. It's about identity, control, and presence. The moment a Monaco lady starts her engine, she sets the tone. The sound, the precision, the confidence. It quietly signals one thing: she is in command of her world. Autonomy becomes its own kind of status. In a city filled with high-profile figures, choosing the driver's seat communicates independence and capability. They prefer the thrill of navigating the Riviera themselves, the coastal curves, the narrow marina paths, the iconic tunnel leading toward Port Hercule. Every turn becomes part of the story. They don't just arrive, they travel with intention. And when she steps out of a rare Ferrari or limited McLaren that she personally drove through Monaco, the message carries extra weight. It's not only owned, it's mastered. But the most captivating part happens next, because some arrivals don't just turn heads, they make Monaco stop.
I am Italian.
Some arrivals in Monaco don't simply draw attention, they change the atmosphere of an entire street. It begins with a shift so subtle you almost miss it. Conversations pause. Cafe guests lean forward. Even the usual hum of traffic seems to soften, as if the city senses something extraordinary is about to appear. Then the car arrives, not just rare, but unforgettable. A hypercar with a custom finish you won't see anywhere else. Maybe a chrome rose Bugatti, a matte silver Lamborghini with diamond-stitched interiors, or a one-off Ferrari that makes even serious collectors stop mid-sentence. But the vehicle is only half the moment. When the door lifts or swings open, everything sharpens. The outfit, whether couture elegance or minimalist designer precision, amplifies the scene. Jewelry catches sunlight, a breeze catches the edge of a dress, and for a few seconds, Monaco feels like a live film set, perfectly composed. What most visitors never realize is this: these standout arrivals are rarely random. They often align with private events, yacht gatherings, or meetings where decisions worth millions quietly unfold. And once you understand what they're arriving for, the next chapter becomes even more intriguing. Monaco isn't defined by supercars or luxury alone, it's defined by intention. Through each arrival, each route, and each quiet moment of presence, the Monaco ladies reveal how elegance becomes influence without a single word spoken. Their choices remind us that true power doesn't rush, doesn't shout, and never needs permission. Comment signature if you're drawn to the woman whose presence spoke louder than her car. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more unseen layers of elite life. Thank you for watching. And remember, in any world, how you arrive often matters more than where you go.